Kata, for the sound of the bell. Mind calm, body at ease, breathing quiet, sentiment benevolent. Dharma friends, sitting still in vital silence, wanting nothing, we practice eco-Buddhism together. The sound of the temple bell booms for all to cease from conflict. May the way of Buddha usher in the dawn of non-violent global village forever. Here is the after sound of the bell. Thunder of silence, light after Dharma rain. Om Amoga Vairocana Mahamudra Mani Padma Chabala Traya
Please stand for the chanting of the three refuges. The tune of the birds. For those of you who are new, our three refuges are in Sino-Korean because our tradition comes from the mountain monasteries of South Korea. And so we'll start with the Sino-Korean, and it's throwing your voice in with the sounds as you hear them is one way to experience these three refuges, and then we'll hear the English version and recite it. So please bring your hands palm to palm. Compose yourself, fully present.
Shishim Grimyam He Sivam Samse Shema Chale Sanju Ilche Sanghaya
I go for refuge to the Buddha
I go for refuge to the Buddha
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment
and realize the great way.
and realize the great way.
I go for refuge to the Dharma
I go for refuge to the Dharma
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will penetrate the teachings
I will penetrate the teachings
and uncover oceans of wisdom.
and uncover oceans of wisdom.
I go for refuge to the Sangha
I go for refuge to the Sangha
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will seek peace and happiness for the many
I will seek peace and happiness for the many
and transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
and transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
Please return for another period of meditation, about 5 minutes. please join me with some simple stretching exercises, mindfulness exercises, which are intended to work with our bodies and also our breath and mind all together. So rubbing the hands together, get a little heat. And then see what you can do with your face. Just bringing the fingers around the perimeter, pressing. Right under your chin to end up, and then bring the fingers to the top of the head, press. And bring the thumb and first finger to the earlobes and pull down. And the knuckle of the first finger to the just below the nostrils. And leaning forward, stretching the back, chin back, eyes back. And then mindfully bringing the arms up, head back. And then allow the body to fold. Be aware of your breathing, even folded. And then coming back up again. Inhaling as the body opens and then exhaling as fold and close. First to the left. And then inhaling up and exhaling to the right. And again, inhaling up. And then exhale and lace your fingers behind your back. Pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale, opening up, chin back, eyes back, and then exhale, folding upper body on top of the legs. Breathing consciously. Then inhaling up. Keeping the back straight, but twisting first to the left. And the head right around, eyes right around too. Inhale forward and to the right. Keep the spine straight. This twisting massages the whole nervous system connected with the spine. And coming back forward. Bringing the hands right to the base of the trunk. And then inhale to start. And exhale around. And inhale coming up. And exhale. And then change the direction and inhale up, around, and exhale down. And then reaching under the right arm and hand under the left armpit. And then bend to the right. And try to keep the spine straight and only bending sideways rather than twisting. Again, massaging our nervous system. And inhale up and exhale down, changing sides. And inhaling up and exhaling down. Oh, this one next. Okay. Wide the elbows and then exhale. And release. Bring the shoulders up. Release down. I can bow. Could you please come a little forward as you feel comfortable too? We have a little Dharma talk. Let's bring our hands again palm to palm. Mom's going to read to us from the Dhammapada. It's chapter 26, which is called The True Master.
Wanting nothing, with all your heart, stop the stream. When the world dissolves, everything becomes clear. Go beyond this way or that way to the further shore, where the world dissolves and everything becomes clear. Beyond this shore and the farther shore, beyond the beyond, where there is no beginning, no end. Without fear, go.
Well, frost on the roof next door this morning. We turned up the heat a little. The intermingling of fall and winter. Yet the birds are chirping. Chickens are perched. And we made it in from the 10 directions. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning,
Good morning. How many of you are new this morning? What, only you few are not the rest of you new? Yeah, so well, welcome for the first time. And also welcome back. And also, let's always try to be new, keeping our beginner's mind. It's a trick question. So There's a poem by the Chinese poet Wang Wei, which I get out and read from time to time because it says something about my yearning, that I'm a seeker, probably just like you. Here it is. It's called Visiting the Temple of Accumulated Fragrance. I didn't know where the temple was, pushing mile on mile among cloudy peaks, old trees, deserted paths, deep mountains. Somewhere, a bell. Brook voices choke over craggy boulders. Sun rays turn cold in the green pines. At dusk, by the bend of a deserted pond, peaceful meditation calms poison dragons. One more time. Visiting the temple of accumulated fragrance. I didn't know where the temple was, pushing mile on mile among cloudy peaks, old trees, deserted paths, deep mountains. Somewhere, a bell. Brook voices choke over craggy boulders. Sun rays turn cold in the green pines. At dusk, by the bend of a deserted pond, peaceful meditation calms poison dragons. So a kind of yearning and having to make a journey, a metaphor for the kind of journey we take. As I was sharing last week, in Buddhism, yearning is often called bodhicitta, the heartfelt desire to free oneself from the pain of ignorance and habitual patterns in order to help others to do the same. And on a really vast scale, it's the non-dual wisdom, the vast, unbiased essence of mind, which is available, which is our birthright, really. So I'm kind of assuming that because of your yearning, you're here today. Maybe it's yearning for relief from all the stuff. Yeah. In this book that Mao read this morning, there's a line, 36 streams are constantly coming at us. And the 36 streams are all of the things come as a result of our sense organs and sense objects. So things that we see with our eyes, and then we have sight consciousness. Things that we hear with our ears, so subject, object, and we have hearing consciousness. So that's sight, hearing, taste, touch, thinking. What's the
Sound.
Smell.
And sound?
Smell?
No, not sound. I said sound.
Oh. Say it again.
Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind.
Smell.
Smell.
Say it
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Smell.
Smell. That's right. Smell. We miss smell. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mind. And then so that's the subject. And then what is the object is all the stuff that comes to us. Not only just in a way, in a situation like this, but through the media. It's really kind of quadrupled by 10 times the kind of information and stimulus that comes to us compared to some years ago. And so it's really kind of troubling how to find that place and not get involved with the poison dragons kind of thing. Yeah, yesterday I was talking with someone who'd just gone through 10 years in a relationship. And this person was talking about all the, I was with her for about an hour and a half. And they spoke so much about all the problems in this relationship. So much. It was just like, to me. But at the same time, this person, they are doing very well now. And I got a barrage of all the things. It was like, it was all that, and then went to all this. And still there was not a kind of sense of peaceful meditation with all the poison dragons. It sort of had gone, I don't know if I'm saying it so you understand it, but from going in one place, which was really a very difficult relationship, and then somehow into all the things which are not that. And it seemed like the life had not really calmed down and become peaceful. It had just taken on. It's really so easy for us to do that thing. Because we're kind of searching for a comfort and freedom from suffering outside of ourselves. And there are so many things outside of ourselves to get interested in and attached to and dragged around by. I had a little example myself, kind of a lovely example. An old friend, she used to be a member of the temple, sent a message. Haju, it's my husband's birthday. I've rented a dance floor. And there's going to be a Mexican food truck. Can you come over? And I thought, wow, I just love to dance. I don't know where you get these dance floors. I mean, you rent them and they come and install them in your living room. So it's really like, wow, classy dancing. You ever done that?
Never heard of it.
No. No, she found this dance floor rentals. And of course, I love Mexican food. And to think that you could just go up to the truck and get whatever you wanted at the birthday party. It was really seductive for me. And I felt like, gosh, I've really got a lot going on, but I really should do this. But as everyone at the temple knows, I didn't go out. I just had a few things on Saturday night before we get together this morning that I just need to take care of. And I need to take care of myself and get some sleep. As much as dancing does it for me, and always has. Yeah. I get a lot of energy, and then I've had it for quite a while at this age anyway. And also, right now I'm taking 2 courses, and I've never taken courses for about 50 years. And it's very demanding, all the reading and the assignments and the meetings of the class. And so it's really made me try to figure out how to, on top of my full-time job, to be taking 2 courses. How do you take a break from that? How do you be at peaceful meditation with all the poison dragons, no matter how nice the poison dragons may be? So that's what basically the essence of what I'd like to share with you. And one of my books that I go to often. Maybe you have an example like this with lots of, and you can often open it to the page you keep reading. So this is a book called Touching Enlightenment by Reginald Ray. And he's a teacher in Crestone, Colorado. And I've had this book for about 10 years because as I've been a seeker myself, I've found that more and more I have to go toward my body as the main focus for my spiritual practice. Not so much of being in my head so much. In fact, the Buddha said this 6 lengths approximately body has all the teachings. And Reginald, Reggie, starts the introduction. I'd like to read it to you. To be awake, to be enlightened, is to be fully and completely embodied. To be fully embodied means to be one with who we are. In every aspect, including our physical being, our emotions, and the totality of our karmic situation. And everybody's got a special individual one, and we've all got the world one right now. Mm-hmm. So to be at one with our karmic situation. It is to be entirely present to who we are and to the journey of our own becoming. It is to inhabit completely our relative reality. That means whatever our life, our relative reality, right here, right now. And then when you walk out, to go right there. Yeah. So to inhabit completely our relative reality with no speck of ourselves left over. No external observer waiting for something else or something better. This last part is waiting for something else or something better. To me, is really, wow. That means everything must be right here and now. How can I learn to how can I really learn that? Does it make sense? Or it doesn't because we've bamboozled by the things that say it's over there. Do that over there. Run to this, run to that. Yeah. But no, the Buddha says, this body, right here, just this, just now. And so again, it is to inhabit completely our relative reality with no speck of ourselves left over, no external observer waiting for something else or something better. So, my teacher, Venerable Samasunam, told a story, which I told you last week, and it starts out with this. There is a saying, if you wish to know the path on the mountain, you should be the one who comes and goes on it. So in your mind-body journey, in your meditation practice, if you have your wisdom eye open and you know your body, you can see yourself better and everything. How do you see how you get distracted? You see how it is when you go astray. It becomes very clear to you because actually we have a whole body that we can respond with. So the story comes to me of about maybe 45 years ago. I think I might have been some of your ages then. And I was a seeker then. I found a book by Ram Dass. He's an old hippie, just died a few years ago, and read it from cover to cover. And it had when you opened a book at a certain place, there were these yoga exercises. And I had broken my ankle skiing in British Columbia. I'm from Vancouver in Western Canada. And I didn't heal. And when I went to the doctor, he said, well, no, I'm pretty sure you're going to just have to be limping for the rest of your life. Well, at your age, I didn't want to be limping for the rest of my life. So when I saw these exercises, these yoga exercises, then I thought, well, I'll try. Why don't I try these? And so I began to just do them, looking at the picture in the book. Have you ever done that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it felt good. It felt like, I think it's doing something. Just like today for our stretching exercises, I wonder if you noticed any effect that your work with your spine was having. You have to pay attention, but you can tell there's a lot of things that happen when we do. Those are kind of yoga practices. So what did I do then was I decided to find a yoga teacher and a yoga class, and I eventually trained to be a yoga teacher and lived in a yoga ashram and did all kinds of stuff. And I became, as a result of my ankle injury, I think, a seeker, yearning to sort of go beyond this suffering that I was having with my ankle. It's pretty, that's called being a spiritual materialist. You do it because you want to get something. Anyway, I had a partner at the time, and he's also very interested. We did a trip on the Greyhound bus for 3 or 4 months, just going around the country and doing yoga in every church we could find that would let us do yoga. We were seekers. And we heard that this guy, Allen Ginsberg, was giving a talk at McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario. And we'd heard of, he was a friend of Ram Dass's. And I'd kind of heard that he was a kind of a wild fellow and quite a spiritual practitioner. So we turned up, and it was in a field house, and it's all benches around a center stage. And we sat in the front row. There was no sort of tickets where you sat in a particular place, so we sat in the front row. And here comes Allen Ginsberg, and he's kind of balding with these wire rim glasses, and he's got a real sparkle in his eye. And he's got this younger fellow with him who plays this sitar, Indian music. And so he started out and enjoyed the music, and Alan was playing a harmonium, so we did a bit of chanting, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Pahima. And then Alan began to speak. And it became clear that he was a homosexual and wonderfully gay. And his poetry, which he would read, and the songs that he would sing were very special to me at the time. And so when it was halftime, I decided that this was an opportunity of my life. I should talk to this guy. I should ask him a question, at least. So there were lots of other people who felt the same. And so there was a line, and I stood in the line, and it came up to my turn, and he was up on the stage looking down. He looked down at me. I look up at him. And I said to him, my question. I wonder what you would ask. Anyway, I said, what's the most important thing? It was sort of anyway, sort of a dumb question. Well, I kind of thought that he would say world peace or happiness or something like that. But as soon as I asked him, he immediately said, breath. And I was very disappointed because I I mean, I know that breathing is important. You don't live if you don't breathe. But that isn't what I meant, you know? And so he could tell that I was a little let down. I didn't even have another question to ask. So I went back to my seat, and he began to recite a poem. And before long, I thought, I think he's giving me more of an answer to my question. He picked that. And so he was telling this poem, and you can find it. It's out there in his works, about this meditator sitting and describing just the posture in some detail. And then began to describe the breath just coming in and out of the nostrils. It was kind of mesmerizing in a way, the way he was quite detailed. And then he had the breath connected with the space around the meditator. And I thought, I never thought of that, but it's obvious. And then he had the meditator breathing and connected with the air in the whole room, which is this big field house at that time. And yeah, that's right. And then the lines went, so the meditator's breath was connected outside the building with the trees and the sky. I thought, wow, I never had that experience. It didn't even ever come to me. And then he had it going out even beyond the local area, but out to some holy place in India. So his breath connected there. And then to a honky-tonk joint in New York City. Probably he played there himself sometime. And to some spiritual places in South America. Then, this breath connected with the atmosphere, the whole world. And then he went out to have the meditator's breath connected out into the universe, the whole universe. And that's where I thought, wow, this is far beyond anything I've ever experienced. This guy just has quite an imagination. So I left, and for years during my yoga training, I did a lot of work with breathing. There's a lot of different ways to breathe. To heat you up and to lift you up and to calm all your nervous system, etc., etc. And I even took a special training on working with the breath and its effect in my Tanshan area. I worked with a monk from Korea. And I lived at this temple at that point, and we had a one-day retreat. And it was overnight, one night, and then the next day. And after the end of the night at 10, I stayed up a little later, meditating. And I was doing the breathing practice that I had learned, especially with the emphasis in the Tanshan breathing. And I looked out, and there was the moon. And it was a dark night, so even stars I could see out the window. And words fall short, but I felt connected with the whole universe. And I felt like it was as a result of my work with my breath in lots of different ways. So I began to have a real appreciation, and that's why I tell you the story of my time with Allen Ginsberg. And so I was teaching the meditation course. We offer a meditation course. I decided to do a lot more work with the breath. It's, obviously you're breathing in and out, but when we breathe and we're really with our breath, our whole body is affected. Science would tell you this, right? There's oxygen in every cell of the body. But there also is our vital energy, that energy which connects all things. So as we learn to do this breathing meditation skillfully, with some guidance, there's a whole thing that happens where we begin to meditate with our whole body. You may be thinking, oh, I meditate with here. No, you don't think that. No?
I mean, no. I don't think consciousness.
Would you take your mask down?
Sorry. I don't really think consciousness and the brain are like specifically connected in our body, but so when I meditate, it's more of connecting with that source and that, like you were mentioning, like the be here and now and how it's about our physical body, but it's also the part of us that connects to everything. And so when I meditate, I'm kind of both going very far inwards and very far outwards.
You're helping me with my Dharma talk. Okay, so learning, even if you do breathing meditation, and it's pretty basic for most people that the breathing meditation comes in, if you just start noticing where it is in your body, is a start to learn to meditate with your whole body. Just start noticing, do it right now. Take your inner eye into your body and see if you can feel where in your body your breath is. It's not just in your nose and your lungs. Then just gently put your hand on the part of your body where you can feel your breath. Keep your inner eye in your body with your breath. Yeah, it looks like everybody's feeling it. Some around the respiratory system, which is normal, and the abdomen. So when you're doing your meditation practice, I encourage you to really look for where that is. Now here's something that happens this is what I learned a lot from Reginald, this guy, and also in my yoga, is that a lot of times we have stagnation in our body, certain parts of it. We have stiffness, we have tension. So the energy, the breath, does not flow, it gets stuck. It's almost karmically related. And I say that because it's usually a result of our lifestyle. And so, aside from also learning to work with your breath throughout your body, it's often helpful to first to do a kind of careful relaxation through your body. So with the inner eye again, going to about 8 or 10 points and visualizing them deeply in your mind's eye, even breathing there and saying, relax, 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 and releasing the tension toward the earth. So it's a systematic kind of thing. I was doing it last night because I've had some digestive problems, and I decided that that's part of my karma too. It's like I've been constipated since I've been 5 years old. And I realized that I hold a certain tension in this part of my body all the time. And about time I started to work with it. Otherwise, I'll be into another lifetime still working with it. So I'm going to do a couple of things with you right now. Ask you to sit in a posture, maybe going back to your mat and cushion, which is comfortable for you. And we're going to go through a little bit of breathing, a little bit of relaxation of what I'm trying to do, share with you. Okay, so please get ready. Folks at home, I hope I am able to help you with this too. So please find a chair, something that's comfortable. Okay, so when we're sitting, one of the things that helps us to get our back straight is to take our arms like this up, palms in, and then turn the palms out and slowly bring the arms down. You can feel how that affects your back and your spine, and then bring it into the meditation mudra that we use is the left fingers over the right with the thumbs touching. Now, to further fine-tune, gently push your hip bones forward, really energetically. So if I looked at you, I could hardly see it, but with your inner eye near your hip bones, just take the bones forward. Your sternum at the bottom of your chest. Bring your visual awareness, your mind's eye, to that part and very subtly lift the sternum. See how it affects your back. Mind's eye, inner eye, to the shoulders, the top of them. And very subtly release the shoulders toward the earth. Shoulder blades. Mind's eye with the shoulder blades and very, very imperceptibly bring them together. Okay, so this is how to start with the alignment, and then probably to just do some regular breath meditation, and then start to relax. And I'll just give you the formula. Bring your mind's eye to your stomach, all of your abdominal viscera. Visualizing, breathing into the abdominal viscera. And as you exhale, relax, relax, relax. Releasing tension toward the earth. And again, visualizing, breathing in, feeling the breath there, and release, relax, relax, relax. Releasing tension, stress toward the earth. Now you take this same little method to a part of you that may be stressed right now. Maybe the back of your neck is common. Visualize, breathe in, and then relax, 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 really releasing tension toward the earth. Go to another spot. on your own do it. And then just be with your breathing. Okay, stretch your legs out if you need to, or just sit. I took a lot of time, so I think we have to stop here. But what we will do is continue to have some practical experiences. This is just a beginning step so that we can find out what this is all about, is that we don't have to go anywhere. We've got everything that we need in each moment to be wonderfully alive with our karmic situation. This is a little I wanted to read to you, which I'll just try to remember it. It is a great fortune to come and find the Dharma, the Buddha Dharma. It's very precious. So when you do, and you've come just like this, may you have all the courage to continue fully. Not only will it be for you and your life, but it will be for everybody. Hassan.
I think I know the quote that you're thinking of. Do you want to say it?
Would you speak up again,
I
please?
think I know the quote you're thinking of.
Oh, please say it.
If one is lucky enough to encounter the Dharma, they should be brave enough to take it up.
Yes. Fully, completely. Yeah, with all our hearts and minds. Thank you so much. It's good to have everybody here. We do this together. And I wish that we could have a little bit of discussion, but I also want to respect time. People have places to go. I guess if I would end with anything, it would be a little advertisement. Do you know that Temple is a residential place? So people are here full time, and there are always places for short term and longer term, if you're interested. We do offer retreats. We do offer meditation courses. We even have a yoga class on Tuesday nights. And you can become a member and have access to our whole schedule, which is morning meditation, noon meditation, and evening meditation, with some chanting and other practices. So we feel like while you have a precious opportunity, this is a precious place for you to, I hope, come and throw yourself in. Eh?
Eh?
Okay, so before we have our announcements, are you doing announcements?
Tongsan.
Tongsan. Before Tongsan does announcements, let's do the Four Great Vows. This is adapted by Allen Ginsberg, the old guy, Gary Snyder, and Philip Whalen, some of his sidekicks. So please repeat after me. Sentient beings are numberless.
Sentient beings are numberless.
I vow to save them.
I vow to save them.
Consuming desires are endless.
Consuming desires are endless.
I vow to stop them.
I vow to stop them.
Biorelations are intricate.
Biorelations are intricate.
I vow to honor them.
I vow to honor them.
Nature's way is beautiful.
Nature's way is beautiful.
I vow to become it.
I vow to become it.
Amen. You know what amen means? May it be so, I think. Okay, dear Chungsan, what announcements are there?
That's it.
A pepper.
That was your announcements?
That was the announcement.
Okay.
Everything else is just a footnote. It is so beautiful. I have not sat with the Sangha in this room for 2 years. And like, it's just really beautiful. So thank you all for coming. It's, anyway. All right. We do offer, as Hashin Sunim said, we do offer much to the community here. We are delighted to see you. If it's your first time, anyone in the gray jammies would be happy to answer any questions you might have after the service. Haju spoke about meditation and about a day-long retreat. That was part of her story. We are, in fact, having a day-long retreat on the 27th of November. So that is an opportunity that you could put in the back of your mind. If you can sit for 25 minutes, you can sit for a full day. There's some stretching in between, and you get to eat and stuff. So please think about it. The introductory meditation course is going on right now over Zoom. Is it joinable?
It's pretty full, I would say.
The next one is
The next one is December 4th, and it will be an in-person one-day meditation class here.
Nice.
December 4th is the next meditation class. If you would like to deepen your meditation practice, refresh yourself. The refresher that Hajasunan gave us this morning was just wonderful. Yoga takes place every Tuesday night. You can drop in at from 6:30 to 8:15, more or less. You can drop in. The first drop-in class is free. After that, it's a cycle of 6 classes, and I believe it's $60. The next cycle starts on November 2nd. We also have study groups. Refuge Recovery meets after this service every Sunday at noon in the library at the table next door here in the foyer. There also is a practice period, and I believe we'll probably meet over in the Sangha house next door. So follow me when I play the mock talk. If you're in the practice period, follow me and we'll meet over there. We will also have an all Sangha Thanksgiving service that includes our families and our children who have extraordinary Dharma to offer us all. That will be Sunday, November 21st at 10 a.m. There are also many opportunities just to volunteer here. We had a work day yesterday, and it was just so wonderful to be with the Sangha. This beats Zoom. Like just being and working with other practitioners is just the most beautiful thing.
Can I just tell a little story about it?
Please.
James, please put up your hand. He was with us. He's been coming around for a few years now, quite a few. And he really goes at things with the brushes and paintbrush. And then he just went into the garden and got some kale and zinnias and walked off with them. Can you imagine? Yeah, it's a kind of earthy part of our practice here is that we work on this land and keep it going. Yeah. 3 to 5 on Saturdays.
3 to 5 on Saturdays, and we're going to need to put the garden to sleep pretty soon for winter. It's going to sleep already, but it needs our help. But there's always these 3 buildings always need our help. So we also have an electronic newsletter. You can sign up on the clipboards outside in the foyer. Yeah, I think that's it, except to tell you that this temple is entirely supported by your kind donations of time, as I just mentioned, and also of money. There is a fishbowl right outside the door. And we also have a fancy pants for all you crazy kids who are like into PayPal and stuff. You can just like take a picture of it with your phone and magically give us money. There is a QR code there that you can snap. We are just delighted to see you. It is the best. It is the very best thing. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Tom-san.
Let's stand and make 3 vows together to formally honor. Okay. You can just kind of make your way and we'll just greet each other and then go into the foyer.